Ninja Gaiden 4 has amazing villains. From their playstyle down to their aesthetic, down to their lore. Every aspect of them have been outright curated perfectly in my opinion. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down each and every one of them. Before we get into the bosses themselves, you have to understand what they truly are. Ninja Gaiden 4 introduces this new concept of enemy called demons. Unlike fiends who are directly connected to a higher entity known as the Vigor Emperor, demons are manifestations of already sentient beings. Humans, Tengu, the list goes on and on. Manifestations of fear, faith, belief, or just outright phenomena altogether. And because of this, depending on the level of manifestation, they can become gods themselves. That then directly ties us into the very first boss and demon we end up encountering, known as the Kitsune Courtesan, an entity known to be able to manipulate the very fabric of reality itself. Now, in reference to manipulating reality, it's not on any grandiose scale. It's very localized within her own domain. But as we see in our journey to getting to her, she's able to manipulate space, conjure physical objects in main reality. The list goes on and on. Get more specific using her data slate. It's noted to us that in her domain, she has an endless amount of power at her disposal that she can use to conjure these illusionary techniques. Practically a domain expansion if you watch Jujutsu Kaisen. On top of that, her manifestation came into reality through the death of many other courtesans through a massacre that we end up seeing in the game. Once you enter her domain, it's not too hard to notice the whole pleasure district-esque feel that she has to it and how it's tied to her character. She is the culmination of that ideology as well, all the spirits that died during that massacre. This first boss is the perfect culmination of that ideology of courtesans and the pleasure district mixed with a little bit of Japanese folklore with the Kitsune. I really enjoyed this boss fight personally, both in terms of aesthetic and just like the way her combat style was, very quick and swift. The grapples, the umbrellas she was using. Perfect boss in my opinion. Let's segue into our second boss, an entity who is the manifestation of two separate beliefs from two separate species. One of human and one of Tengu, an entity known to be the the god of the winds themselves. This beast is known as Kurobu, and as I noted, is a manifestation of two separate belief systems of humans and Tengu. But not just that, he is natural phenomena. What do I mean by that? The mountain range that we end up climbing to reach his domain already was naturally inclined with the winds. To some, unnaturally so, and that unnatural ideology again manifested Kurobu. I want y'all to keep in mind that Kurobu's whole domain was the mountain range itself. It was able to conjure a tornado so powerful and vast that it encompassed the entire range. On top of that, passively, this twin ideology I find quite interesting because you can find it in his fighting style where he's both a physical menace as well as an elemental one. I think that was a very nice touch in my opinion. First, a Kitsune, then a Tengu, a master of illusion and a master of skies. But the final demon that ends up getting manifested within Ninja Gaiden 4 takes the appearance of a shark and has arguably one of the most potent abilities in the game, being able to create rifts in space-time. These rifts link the dimension known as the underworld to the main reality, and with this power he's able to freely travel between the two. This entity is known as Cetus, and as his data slate provides, it is a culmination of a myriad of different dark and evil souls. One that is lashing out against main reality out of vengeance and perseverance. One that only wants to remove all of what is good to further satiate its own desire. This shark, I think, fits this ideology really well as a predatory versus prey type outlook. Visually, this is probably my favorite boss fight in the game, at least when it came to the traversal aspect of it, just chasing a shark throughout the water and having to jump between both dimensions was just peak to me. But when it came to actual combat, I found this boss quite lacking in terms of oomph. Though it could be added a little bit more oomph, like I noted, it's done purposely. It's an entity of pure instinct, so its very childlike temper tantrum behavior is done purposely. The hatred and malice is what the whole character is based around. those are the main three demons. Now, I know Achilles is a thing, but he's not connected to them whatsoever. He's a great archfiend. And because of that, I actually think he deserves his own video because he has so much lore tied into the older Ninja Gaiden games, Ryu, and the Vigor Emperor. All in all, I believe this game did phenomenal when it came to their bosses, keeping them completely unique and diverse from each other in every aspect. Be it combat, lore, abilities, the list goes on. And the fact that they literally substantiated a whole new force that didn't feel out of place, I think deserves this credit as well. If you're not playing Ninja Gaiden or haven't yet, do it. You're missing out.